Hey guys, I'm back. Today we're fighting the Knights of Badassium. I've never personally heard of these guys personally, but, you know, they ended up being a pretty good team. They ended up kicking our ass pretty good. But, let's start off with some more videos here. So I took path 1 today. Typically this is not a path I take. I mostly took this just to gain some charges, just in case I needed to hit the boss. So the first fight I got was a mutant, a dupe 6-star. I was kind of wondering who this could be at first, because I was like, well, it's not showing up in his profile. I mean, I was figuring it was like, DPX or Storm. Ended up being Beast, another one that's not too hard to fight. Now for this path, I don't typically take path 1, as I've said, so this path I didn't really boost for this because it was kind of unnecessary in my opinion. If I'd come across like maybe a skill that I thought was Korg at the time, maybe I would have boosted, but then again I probably just would have taken off Dex and just went at it because he's not really too hard as he was like when he first came out. Alright, so Beast is down. I'm moving on to the next one, which is a tech. Now this one was on the poison node. It's a 6-star, so I mean I kind of could gather who it could be. I was a little nervous it could have been Green Goblin, which could have posed maybe some issues. I'm not 100% really. But, with him regenning the whole time, I was planning on going at this with Corvus to pick up the next charge. I decided to play it kind of safe. I threw on a regen charge and then, like, slightly boosted up other than that just to make sure that I was going to hit this without dying. Definitely wasn't using 30% on this one. So a couple 10s, a 15% just because of the loss from poison. Man, fucking notifications have been popping up for me a lot. I need to remember to shut that shit off when I make this shit. Alright, and the regen boost. Ended up being Nebula, which... that was an easy fight. I mean, as soon as I saw her, I was like, well, that's a little bit relieving. I mean, it could have been Yondu, which, I mean, wouldn't have been that bad either with Corvus, but... Nebula was probably by far the best case scenario on that node. Alright, so from here I went up to the top path. I hit the power gain node, which was a science. Ended up being Cap, which was perfect for me because, I was going to use this to pick up a third charge now. I gotta say, taking path 1 was so much better than half the paths I take normally because it was just so much less stressful. Alright, so unblockable L1. I thought this would have been Yellow Jacket. I don't remember who it was. I don't believe it was Yellow Jacket, though. But it's who I was expecting when I was going into this. Well, that's who it was. It was Gladiator Hulk. As you see, I didn't heal for this one, which, I mean, I probably should have. But I was expecting Yellow Jacket, and not that Gladiator Hulk's any harder because, well, now I got 30 charges, and it's not like he would have lasted those 30 charges anyways. It was very strange because I totally took that L1, but didn't get hit for some reason. Like, it should have completely knocked me on my ass, but didn't. I don't know. I guess luck was on my side for that one. So far, so good. No issues so far. Now we got a Cosmic on Bane, so, I mean, who else would that be besides King Groot, right? Because it's always King Groot if it's a 6-star Cosmic. I mean, maybe we'll see, like, Champion there or someone else later on at some point, but he would have had charges, so I didn't really worry about that. I didn't boost for this one either because Bane's kind of one of those nodes that I've hit this node so many times, and was going to use Magic at first just because she would have been, I don't know, the no-brainer option. But at this point, I had 3 charges with Corvus, so I was like, you know what? As long as he throws his specials, like, in a timely fashion and I keep an eye on the Bane fucking thing, I should be okay. Now, one thing I wasn't expecting is to run out of charges before beating him. I I kind of expected to knock him out before that, but I guess, you know, not boosting, I kind of should have expected this with King Groot because he's got like a huge health pool. I threw the L1 here just to keep the Bane timer going on him. And he's down. 42 hits in. I think that was the longest fight with Corvus I've had in War in a long time. Alright, so we've got OG Ultron here, which was another awesome one for this path because I was planning on using this one to pick up the evade charge and finish this out with 4 charges to hit Korg with. Now, I've never hit Korg as a boss before, ever. I barely fight him in War as it is because the path I take, for some reason, he just never shows up on it. I always expect him to be there, but he doesn't end up being there. So, for me, this War, at this point, we already knew it was a loss. So, when I go into the Korg fight, I was going into it knowing it was a loss. So, I was like, this is the time for me to kind of experiment with, you know, how well I can do against him as a boss. You know, what maybe I can do differently next time and all that. But we'll get to that when I get there. Right now, I'm going to focus on this fight. So, this fight was easy. I waited the 7 seconds, waiting for him to do his first evade. So, I wait for him, because at this point, he will evade. So, I let him dash at me, and then I do the, you know, the back dash, and then try to hit him shit. At this point, I'm like, okay, I'm going to come in for the heavy. No problem. I don't know why putting him on a power gain node makes any sense, personally. Both of his specials, his L1 and L2, are pretty easy to evade. So, I'm not sure the logic there. And then at one point there, yeah, I fucked up and got hit by the evade, but it wasn't too bad. One more L2 and he was done. If I'd boosted, I was kind of afraid to boost for that fight too. I mean, usually I'll boost for at least a mini boss just in good measure, but I was afraid to take him out too quick. Alright. So now the links are down. And Korg's got almost 400k health. Which I don't know if you guys have done that maze shit, but it's like the same amount of health he has in that. Alright, so for this fight, I'm going to use the 30% boost just to kind of put the scenario as if I was going to fight him normally. Typically, I would have bought more boosts so I'd have the 25% attack boost, which I honestly think would have made the biggest difference in this fight. Or if I had the 12% cosmic special attack boost, that may have made this fight go a lot smoother. I definitely wasn't using the 25% health boost because I just felt it was unnecessary. Alright, so I removed dexterity, and I'm going to fight this like I'd fight him in any quest. Which wasn't too bad, you know, backdash, light attacks. He's got 3 hits till his shield goes down. The one thing that kind of sucks is I can't parry him, so I can't, like, you know, push myself to an L2 easier. I have to lure out heavies or intercept, which isn't exactly terrible, but at one point here, you know, he just won't heavy me, he won't do anything, so I start panicking a little bit. And I throw this L2 just to kind of hit him before the shield comes back up. So at that point, I took a little bit of damage. And, like, at this point, I'm not really too worried about dying. So I go at him with a few medium hits. I knock back down his rock shield. I go at him a little bit here. Throw an L1 at him just to push him back a little bit. Tried to push him to his L2. He gets it. So I back up a bunch. And then I come at him right with a medium as his shield comes back up. Which couldn't have been worse timing. And what I should have done was use the Nightcrawler trick and kind of like kept him back. But at the same time, I didn't know how I'd be doing damage-wise at this point. And with almost a minute and a half gone, I was like, well, he's not at half health yet. So kind of got to step up the pace. So I kept attacking him. Alright, so a minute and a half, he's got 62% health. My charges are about to come back. I should have saved that L2, so when my charges came back, I could have hit him with that right away. But, you know, next time. Alright, first there, I thought he was going to save his L2, and then I stupidly forgot that I didn't have Dex on, and tried to evade his L2. So I was like, okay, that's fine. You know, it didn't even cause that much damage, honestly. That's at least the one saving grace when fighting Korg is like, you know he's not going to hit hard enough to fucking ruin you. So I throw the L2 there just to fucking erase a little bit of his power bar, because I was like, I'm kind of in the corner, so if I like try anything stupid, he'll L3 me. There's 41 seconds left. He's got 20% health, and I have 1 charge left, and it's going to take, what, 45 seconds to gain more? At this point, I was kind of like, all right, well, maybe I can keep hitting him and just time out so I don't, you know, completely die. So I run forward, I hit him a few times and hit those charges up, which I got lucky with, because I guess I could have thrown him into unblockable and his unstoppable bullshit and died. He's at 16% health at this point. 10 seconds left. I was like, I know I'm timing out to this. There's no way I wasn't. Now, I could use magic, which probably would have been the safer bet. At this point, I threw an L1 just to kind of keep the time out without actually dying. It wasn't terrible. For my first time, I'd say it was okay. So the second time I go in with Cap. Now, I wouldn't have gone in with Cap originally because, I don't know, it's just, he's good at fighting him on other nodes. I just definitely wouldn't fight him with stun immune and all that shit. I mean, his L2 would wreck if it crits, but there's a chance it wouldn't crit, and then I can't really, I mean, I could heavy him maybe after he heavies, but, which I believe I try at one point, maybe I don't, I'm not 100%. And then right there, I kind of just parry his fucking L2 just to kind of get another kinetic charge. You know, he's got his fucking rock shield back, and I fucked up that stupid intercept right there. So that's down. I got 2 charges. I L2 him. Does not do enough damage to kill him, though. So at this point, I'm like, shit, maybe it was a bad idea to fucking use him. I should have went with magic the whole time. Regardless, timed out with Corvus, finished him with Cap. Overall, it was a good learning experience for me. Next time, I'll make sure to heavier boost. And probably go with magic. That was it for my war today, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm going to move on to the highlight reel. Alright, so today I only have one video. One person only recorded their fight this war, I guess. This was Country, and he was fighting Massacre. I haven't watched this yet, so it's my first time seeing this. I don't know shit about it. At least he's good at evading his specials. I can't tell you how many people I've seen miss-evade Massacre specials and end up dead in war because, you know, whoops, I blocked it. Nope, Country knows what he's doing here. He's fucking doing pretty well. Throws the L2 and finishes him off. Excellent work. Anyways, we ended up losing, which is fine. We've had a pretty good season so far. Not sweating it too much. We'll probably hit Platinum 1 by the end of the season. Regardless, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, enjoy your holiday, and for those who celebrate it, Merry Christmas to you, and Happy New Year.